fall in love with Regina. She's a 4-year-old girl. She's from Queens. She's a fighter. She was poisoned by lead in her home where she was supposed to be safe, and she is now in a safe place to try and heal. Her mother wants to share her story with Pix 11 so this doesn't happen to another family.
We went in for a regular checkup. They took her blood work and everything, and that's how we found out she could die from it.
Khadijah Majid is a mother of 4 from Jamaica, Queens. She says a routine doctor's visit turned into a devastating discovery. Her 4-year-old daughter, Regina, tested positive with high levels of lead in her blood.
If she takes in too much levels in her system, she could just be playing and just fall out.
It's hard to believe seeing Regina now. It's been almost 12 months since Regina registered a lead level of 60. Level 5 is considered high by the Centers for Disease Control standards. In Regina's case, her mother says the lead danger was in the walls of her home from the chipping paint. And x-rays confirmed Regina had lead paint chips in her stomach. Where's the biggest concentration of poisoning?
So it'll vary from place to place, but in a place like New York City, it's still lead paint.
People could walk right by it and not even know their family's recovering from lead poisoning here.
I wouldn't know.
Pix 11 got a rare invitation to go inside what's known as the Lead Safe House.
So welcome.
Thank you. The Lead Safe House is part of the lead poisoning treatment and prevention program at Montefiore's Children's Hospital. Doctors at the hospital estimate 500,000 young children are poisoned by lead due to continued exposure from a variety of sources, like old homes and apartments, lead in water. Schools are also a source. Even some toys and cosmetics can be risky. The Safe House was built decades ago, but Dr. Markowitz says people need it now.
We have so much old housing in New York City that I think this is going to be a problem that's going to persist for decades.
Removing lead paint can take weeks, sometimes months. Regina and her family came to the Safe House to heal.
I honestly didn't have no idea how serious lead could be.
Exposure to lead can impact development, especially in a child's growing brain.
They're saying as she gets older, she'll probably have learning disabilities, which is not something every parent wants to hear.
Dr. Markowitz says his focus is on prevention and urges parents to know the facts. Know the age of your building. All homes built before 1978 are likely to contain some type of lead-based paint. Make sure your child does not have access to peeling paint.
Lead that gets absorbed ends up primarily in your bones. And once it's in your bones, it can stay for years and decades.
Like at the end of the day, you know, it's our kids. So it's like you have to make sure they're okay.
Well, Monica, thank you for joining us right now. I guess the big question is, how is she doing, first of all?
I have sad news to report to everyone that she's back in the hospital, and that's what this is about. This is lead poisoning is a life sentence for children. So if just one parent is watching and tests their child, tests their home, then we've done a service tonight, because it is a life sentence and it attacks the brain. It affects the brain, and she had a good day when we were shooting, but she's back in the hospital tonight.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Monica, when we're talking about lead exposure, is there any level that's safe if you just have a mild exposure to it?
That's a great question. The CDC says no level is safe, and that's why it's so important to be informed. And we have all the information on our website for parents if they're watching. We have the CDC there, all the information from Montifiore Hospital. You have to say a thank you. We've pushed for a year to get access. And I think this was the perfect family to talk to, because they've been fighting so hard for a year. And we're going to monitor her, and we're going to, of course, keep you updated on her status. But it's important for parents to test their children, test their homes.
Absolutely. Where can people go for the information? We have a page on our website, right?
Pix11.com. We did all the research for parents, from the CDC to Montifiore Hospital, one of the best hospitals in the world that does lead prevention and treatment. And so many families, not just public housing, but private housing tonight, needs to watch the story.